going on the way they both fight, I think it's going to be
This is Jonathan Agger, 5th Pro Boxing Fans, joined by Gareth A. Davies. Finally,
Jonathan, you're my favourite interview in the whole wide world, apart from October Red, and Umar, and
all right, let's stop there.
And Charlie, and Uma, and anyway, yeah.
So other than that, I'm your favourite. Brilliant. Yeah. Well, Gareth,
it's top 10 anyway.
It's decent.
I
think there's about 9 of us. But anyway, it's good to catch up with you, Gareth.
Always.
Joe Joyce is in action.
The most intellectual questions.
Well, you've now put some pressure on me. But anyway, Joe Joyce is back against Cash Ali in a magnificent 7 card. Gareth, what do you make of this card?
It's great fun. 7 great title fights. Obviously, we're not looking at world level here, but what we're looking at is the importance that Frank Warren has always put on the development of fighters, keeping the home fires burning. We've got massive cards going on in Saudi Arabia in February and March, but then we're back home for this in Birmingham. Was it World Resorts Arena? I remember the 2009 one after Beijing. Were you there or not? No, well, James DeGale came out, and I think he was the headline that night, and he got booed because he wasn't having enough action. He was being slippery, and yeah, it's the Magnificent 7 last year was great fun. This is great fun. Nathan Heaney's got a great test. As you say, Joe Joyce is going to face Cash Ali. This is the rejuvenation of Joe Joyce, if you like, because he's mentioned it himself. Wants to get a win here, get himself back in the frame. There's a Daniel Dubois rematch to have. I don't think he'll want to fight Zhili Zhang again, but he might want to fight, or Joseph Parker might want to fight him again. He said he does want to fight Joe Joyce again. So he wants to get himself in that big money, big event mix. Solomon Dakers, I'm looking forward to seeing. Frank saying today that could be David Adelaide. He's just got to get his hearing done with the Boxing Board of Control over his scrap with Fabio Wardley. Liam Davis on the card, Dennis McCann, all these kind of middle ranking but rising young stars of British boxing. It's great fun.
Yeah, it's a really good card, and I know we're a bit pressed for time, Gareth, so let's just quickly move over to Monday. We were both at the press conference. Not sure how you made it there after your trip to Quebec.
Straight back from Quebec, yeah. Literally, yeah. Overnight from Quebec, yeah.
But you made it, and what did you make of the press conference, especially Francis Ngannou saying that he wants to check Anthony Joshua's chin here?
That's exactly what he wants to do. That's absolutely what he wants to do. That's what he's going to be targeting. If he lands those big right hands, if he lands the left hook, you know, Anthony Joshua's chin's got to withstand the punches of Francis Ngannou. Since Ngannou's performance against Tyson Fury, people consider this to be a fight with jeopardy. He looked brilliant against Fury. He's definitely a player in the heavyweight division. Who wouldn't see him against most of those guys in the top 10 now anyway? It's great fun. And obviously, he's got the carrot now being dangled to him, this pot of gold and glory, that if he can beat Anthony Joshua, he will fight the winner of Fury and Usyk. And that might be between the 2 Fury and Usyk fights. So it might be for, I'm wondering, will Fury and Usyk fight twice, and then he'll fight the winner maybe, or will it be Joshua? We don't know yet. No, it's fascinating. He's got to test, that's what he's got to go out there and test. His chin's going to be tested as well by Anthony Joshua, by the way. Let's not forget that. This is a rumbustious Anthony Joshua, back to his best, mentally back to his best, putting out all the right kind of messages this week. Big fight. Rumble in Riyadh. Yes, I know it's knockout chaos, but this is the Rumble in Riyadh.
Well, did you see Joshua's interview with Ariel Helwani the other day? It seems like a more confident, more assured Joshua. He was saying, well, look, Fury, I've knocked out everyone he's fought. You don't often hear lines like that from Joshua. What do you think that's down to? Is it Ben Davison? Is it?
Yeah, I think it helps. It's probably the last performance he needed. He had a very good 2023. He needed a fulfilling performance. That was technically, and the actuation of his skills and his power in the fight against Otto Wallin were point perfect. 15 minutes of perfection in my view. Barely put a foot or a fist wrong. And I think he is back, mentally back. I think Ben Davison is a great character to have around. I've known him a long time, and he instills confidence in his fighters, and he works on them mentally. So I think they're a great union, but it's great to see Joshua back in that mindset. And who knows, if he dominates Ngannou and stops him, and then he gets Fury next, or even he even wants the trilogy with Usyk. It's a fight he wants. It's a fantastic time for him. It's great that he's back, because we need him as a player in the heavyweight division. We need him as a believer. He's an extraordinarily wealthy man, and if he's still got that fire inside him, we could get the best of him in the next year and a half. And
obviously Fury Usyk, we'll talk about it nearer the time, but who's it a more difficult fight for in your opinion? Fury or Usyk? In terms of them facing each other, Usyk's got to deal with Fury's height and awkwardness.
We're talking about February the 17th?
Yeah.
Well, a good big un beats a good little un, as they always say. So, going on the way they both fight, I think it's going to be a cagey contest in my view. Lennox Lewis has told me that he thinks Fury should bull rush Usyk, but I'm not sure he will. I think the conventional wisdom is that if Fury's very aggressive against Usyk, he could even stop him. But I just think it's going to be a cagey chess match, and I honestly think it's so close it might even be a draw. But it's a fantastic fight. They're still both in their prime, both undefeated. It's an era-defining, kind of legacy-defining fight that we're all looking forward to.
Just finally, Gareth, I don't know if you saw Lennox Lewis, tweets going around with Eddie Hearn, basically suggesting that why should AJ get a shot against Undisputed based on beating Francis Ngannou? What did you make of sort of his comments, and Eddie obviously hit back at that?
Well, technically, he's got reason to say that. He's looking at his own position as the undisputed champion, the last undisputed champion, the last lineal champion before Tyson Fury, and he's looking at it in terms of how should a guy. Well, no, I think he was saying more about Ngannou rather than Joshua. No, he's saying a win over Ngannou shouldn't put him in that position. He's entitled to his opinion, but Ngannou is a dangerous player in the heavyweight division. Ngannou is capable of beating Joshua. Lennox is talking from a purist's perspective that a boxer of his standing, a two-time heavyweight champion of the world, an Olympic gold medalist, shouldn't be challenged by a guy who's 0-1 in boxing. But Francis Ngannou is an anomaly, and we have to see it as that. It's Lennox's view, but I don't mind. We all want to see Joshua and Ngannou, don't we? And if Joshua gets himself, I think he's number 3 in the world right now, frankly. So if he gets a win, yes, it might have been Zhili Zhang he should have been fighting, or I don't think he's devoiding other people. I don't think he's avoiding other people, but I just think they thought, here's a matchup that'll keep people happy, and they're right. We all want to see it. Do you want to see it?
Yeah, it's a good fight.
It's a massive commercial fight. I
think from a casual perspective as well, it's the fight they want to see.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Absolutely right, and that's why it's happening. Money speaks, meritocracy of commercial resonance speaks, and that's what they've done here.
Absolutely. Gareth, I will see you soon. Appreciate your time. I'm sure we'll be seeing each other a lot. Never a pleasure, yeah, I thought so. And keep it locked to your channel as well, because I saw your interview you did with Bob Arum and things like that last week. So
yeah, a couple out. I did Ngannou and Frank this week, and I will be putting out some interviews on mine. Yeah, mine's a little sideline hobby, because I've got all the other things going on. So always a pleasure, Jen.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.